We start tonight with a live look at the French Quarters, courtesy of Earth Came. Tonight, Bourbon Street in New Orleans is back open to the public. As you can see there, people are walking the streets now. The FBI says they've completed their investigation and believe the suspect, who killed 14 people on New Year's Day, acted alone. This is just one of many new details we are learning today. Thank you for joining us here on CBS 19 News at 5. I'm Jesus Martinez. And the photos behind me, you can see the aftermath from that. Flowers in that memorial already there as that replaces what was a tragic scene. Now, this all happened in the French Quarters of New Orleans, where hundreds of people were out celebrating and bringing in the new year. And late this morning, the FBI released new information about the suspect and what we know about the days before the attack. The FBI now says the suspect acted alone, changing their stance after reviewing more surveillance video overnight. They say the IEDs were placed in coolers as people opened and closed them, passing along the streets. And now the FBI is saying that they have surveillance video showing the suspect placing the IEDs where they were found. We also learned that the suspect rented the truck from the Houston area on Monday. He then drove to New Orleans the following day on New Year's Eve. The FBI also confirmed that the suspect joined ISIS this past summer. And we're also learning more about the innocent people who were out celebrating New Year's Eve that night. In total, 14 people were killed in that attack, and so far, those identities include Nakira Cheyenne Dudo, Nicole Perez, Tiger Besh, and Reggie Hunter. CBS News spoke to Reggie's cousin.
Right after the holidays, yeah, this hurts. This is terrible, and like we want as much justice for him as we possibly can get. His whole life ahead of him. Whole life ahead of him.
Investigators say they followed up on more than 400 tips from the public since yesterday's rampage, and they're also reviewing 3 phones and 2 laptops linked to the suspect as they try to piece together exactly what happened. Here's CBS's Katie Wise with more.
The FBI now says the driver who plowed into a crowd of people in a pickup truck in New Orleans on New Year's Day acted alone.
There is just nothing to indicate through call records, through anything on those devices, through interviews, through anything in our systems that he was aided in this attack by anybody.
Investigators called the actions of Shamsuddin Jabbar an act of terror, saying the U.S. citizen and Army veteran proclaimed his support for ISIS in several videos he posted shortly before the attack.
In the first video, Jabbar explains he originally planned to harm his family and friends, but was concerned the news headlines would not focus on the, quote, war between the believers and the disbelievers, end quote.
The FBI searched Jabbar's house in Houston Thursday. Among the victims killed in the attack were 28-year-old former Princeton University football star Tiger Besh and Reggie Hunter, 37-year-old father of 2. Back in New Orleans, Bourbon Street reopened to pedestrian traffic Thursday afternoon ahead of the start of the Sugar Bowl, which was delayed a day because of the tragedy.
No terrorist is ever going to derail life in the United States. And I think that's what we want to do today is really enjoy this game in memory of those people who lost their life.
We have a record of being able to show we can provide safety, and we're going to do that again.
Police say they've ramped up security, including adding heavier equipment to block the intersections. Katie Weiss, CBS News, New Orleans.
We also do know that the suspect had plenty of ties to Texas, many of which investigators are looking into right now. Now, this morning, investigators continue to search his Houston area home for more evidence. We also know he grew up in the Beaumont area, where he graduated from a local high school there, and the suspect also graduated from a Central Texas college in Killeen.